Hello, welcome to Newcastle Fans TV. I am Will Dickson and this is transfer rumours that won't go away. Right, starting off with players linked with a move away. Now, Andros Townsend, one of our better players, obviously is going to be linked to a move away, and there are 5 clubs reportedly interested in him. 2 of them are Liverpool and Manchester City. However, their local sources, Liverpool Echo and Manchester Evening News, have said these rumours are false, and neither Liverpool or Manchester City are interested in signing Andros Townsend. The other 3, I think, do have a firm interest in him. However, Andros Townsend has already said, well, he hasn't said, it has been reported that Andros Townsend has talked to Rafa Benitez and said that he wants to stay on and he is happy to stay and play a season in the Championship, which is obviously fantastic news for us Newcastle fans. Personally, I think Townsend is probably our best player, and in the Championship, I think we could be near on guaranteed to go up if he is in that team. He's so quick. He can use both feet. As we saw on the final day against Tottenham, he absolutely tore them to shreds, and in a lot of his performances, one of our standout players. I really hope he stays on, and I think he is a massive part of this team and hopefully the success. It seems as though he believes in what Rafa Benitez is doing, and he's willing to sacrifice that 1 year in the Championship to be able to be part of this success. Moving on to the second player, Tim Krul, reportedly linked to Everton. Now, I see where this link has come from. Ronald Koeman, a Dutchman, recently moved to Everton. Tim Krul, goalkeeper, very good goalkeeper for Newcastle. Joe Robles is the only goalkeeper currently at Everton. Tim Howard obviously going off to America. The 2 and 2 go together quite well. And from a Newcastle point of view, I actually don't think this is so bad, really. Tim Krul's been injured this whole season, and the man that stood in for him, Rob Elliott, was voted our player of the season. He was actually magnificent in goal for us, and I definitely think he deserves the #1 jersey if Tim Krul was to leave. We also have Carl Darlow, who performed very, very well for us when Rob Elliott got injured, and he has a lot of Championship experience with Nottingham Forest, and also got to think about young Freddie Woodman, who's one of our brightest academy prospects, and he definitely, I believe, deserves a chance in the first team, and I really hope he does get this chance, whether it be in the Cups or whether it be actually playing in the Championship. He definitely deserves this chance, and I really, really hope that it is given to him, and I think 3 goalkeepers is enough for us to survive. Hopefully, however, as our injury problems have shown, that isn't always quite the case. Apologies for that. Right, moving on to players coming in. Now, it's already been talked about on the channel about Rafa Benitez's radio interview with BBC Radio Newcastle, saying that 3 or 4 signings are close to happening. Now, I won't talk about it as much. There is talk about this, about what he actually means by signings. Does he mean players? Does he mean staff? Does he mean new contracts or whatever? I hope it means signings. The main priorities for Newcastle in this transfer window, it seems, are to get a prolific striker who's going to start, a captain, so a player with very good leadership skills, who will ideally be a centre-half, seeing as we are short in that position at the moment, and also if players leave, getting in their replacements or getting in, some first-team cover. Now, the striker that we have been recently linked to in various reports is Dwight Gayle from Crystal Palace. I see where this has come from. Dwight Gayle, who isn't, seems to be Crystal Palace's #1 striker. Linked to a Championship team where he could really get a lot of football. However, I think Dwight Gayle is too similar to Ayoze Perez. I think there's nothing that Dwight Gayle offers that Ayoze Perez can't, and I actually think Perez offers more as an overall player. I really don't think it's worth £10 million. I believe we can spend money better elsewhere. I think there are better strikers available. I hope that we sign other strikers. I've already said that I hope it's Ross McCormack. However, £15 million does seem quite steep for him, but we will have to see. A striker is a priority in this transfer window. Another player that has been linked with a permanent move to Newcastle is Danny Williams from Reading. This is a CDM who is German-born, but he's an American international. At the minute, I don't really see where this has come from. We've got a lot of centre midfielders at the club. You've got John Joe Shelvey, Jack Colback, Cheick Tiote, Vernon Anita. We are well covered in that position. However, if Cheick Tiote was to leave, I can see why someone like Danny Williams would come in. He is a very good player. However, at the minute, I'm really not too sure about this, whether there is that much truth in it. As I have said, a striker and a centre-back are the priority in this transfer window. Also, now that we are in the Football League, it means that Newcastle have the option to use the loan market more extensively than we would normally. So, in the Premier League, you can have a loan of 6 months, you can have a loan of a full season. However, when you're in Championship, League 1, League 2, you also have the options for emergency loans. What that means is that you can take a player from a period of, I believe it's about 30 days to 93 days, basically a month to 3 whole months. Newcastle used this before when we were in the Championship last time. Marlon Harewood came in for a short period of time, as well as, amazingly, now Sunderland player Patrick Van Aanholt when he was a Chelsea player. I believe he only made an appearance, but anyway, that's besides the point. And Newcastle probably will be using this option that's available to them if we get injuries or various other things. And however, it seems as though we are planning to use the loan market for some young players to provide cover for the first team. 2 of these players that have been linked are both centre-backs. The first one is Rhys Oxford. Now, this guy has a lot of potential. He's only 17 years old. He's already made his Premier League debut, where he performed fantastically against Arsenal for West Ham on the opening day of the last season. He kept Mesut Ozil in his back pocket. So you're probably asking, what's wrong with this? Well, he's 17. He's still very young. He's my age. He's my age, okay? So that's a lot of responsibility on him if he was to come in and play a massive role for Newcastle. West Ham are keen to let him go out on loan and get some experience, which is absolutely fine. I definitely wouldn't be against if he came. However, I don't think he really would be a first-team centre-back. I think at the minute, Mbemba and Lascelles are set to be our main centre-backs for the forthcoming season. We have been linked to other centre-backs. Lewis Dunk, if he came in, I think would slot straight into the team. However, as it stands, I think Rhys Oxford would be cover. He's also very versatile, being played in midfield. Actually, I believe that's where he played for Arsenal. Played for Arsenal, played against Arsenal. It's been a long day, lads. Or lasses, whoever's watching. Also, next player is Isaac Hayden. Now, this is an Arsenal player. And again, quite versatile. He's played midfield, played at centre-back. I believe he played for Arsenal in the Capital One Cup on a few occasions. But last season, he was on loan at Hull City. Now, he didn't make that many appearances for Hull, which already cast my mind in doubt. And I believe he's 22 years old. So he's getting to that age where he really needs to start finding a place where he's going to play permanent football. Permanent first-team football, I should say. And whether that be at Newcastle, can get to Hull's team, is that something that we really want? Are there other targets? Are there better ones out there? I think there are. I don't know that much about him. I know that he performed, when he did play, he played fairly alright, but, I think this one, to be honest, I would probably give it a pass. If I had to choose between Oxford or Hayden, I would probably choose Rhys Oxford. Okay, that's all for this week. Make sure you follow the channel on Twitter. Make sure you follow it on Facebook. And I've been Will Dickson, and I hope you've enjoyed yourself, and I hope you have a fantastic day and a fantastic week, and hopefully I will see you again soon. Ta-ra.